Welcome back to Halloween Horror Reviews 2025, and I cannot believe that we're already at the final week of Halloween Horror Reviews 2025. Man, time just flew by this month. Moving on to today's movie, I'm here to talk about 2006's The Host, directed by Bong Joon-ho. The film starts off during a beautiful day when out of nowhere, a monster emerges from Seoul's Han Lake and it starts to randomly attack people. However, and to make matters even worse, this monster decides to kidnap the daughter of a food vendor, and this particular food vendor goes after this monster with his family to rescue his daughter from this monster's clutches. And before I continue on with today's video, let's also start our conversation below. What did you all think of Bong Joon-ho's The Host from 2006? Do you guys like the film? Do you think the film ranks among his best works, or do you think The Host ranks among his more weaker films? Let me know below. Alright everybody, let's get into The Host.
Damien!
Holy crap, guys. This was a movie that I had heard multiple things about from multiple people, although I did not see this movie for the first time until literally just a couple of days ago. And by the way, Bong Joon-ho was a director that I did not see my first film from him until Snowpiercer in 2014. And by the way, I love Snowpiercer. The Host was actually not in my original plans for movies I was going to be talking about this year. I was actually going to be talking about something completely different. However, just a few weeks ago, I decided to switch the movie I was going to review and decided to talk about this film instead. The Host is simply put, bad fucking ass. All of the performances in this movie are absolutely incredible. To the actors I'm about to name, I am very sorry, because just so what you all know, I may butcher your name to high hell, but just to what you know, these actors, and everybody is great, but these particular actors, I love you, and you're great in the film. Go Ah-sung in this movie definitely does provide with some of the definitely more heartbreaking moments. Don't know how old she was, but I want to assume that she was either a teenager or much younger, but man, where she has to go in this movie in certain sequences absolutely blew me away, and Go Ah-sung I thought was just terrific in this movie. Byun Hee-bong I thought was brilliant in the film, and he does offer definitely some of the more heartfelt moments and definitely some of the more heartbreaking moments in the film. My favorite performance of this movie, however, was Song Kang-ho, who portrays our main character, the food vendor of this movie. I absolutely loved in this movie. Even though this is a character that seems like, you know, a lazy character that seems very content in his life, he is a character that does love his daughter more than anything else, especially when the initial monster attack, and he thinks that he has his daughter's hand, only to see that shocking moment when his daughter was accidentally held back, and the look in his eyes of, oh my god, what have I done? As you can imagine, going on to the most obvious thing that I love about this movie, and that is Bong Joon-ho's directing. While I have not seen all of Bong Joon-ho's movies, Bong Joon-ho, at least in the movies that I have seen, this man, can I just mention how brilliant and how much of a genius he is? What this movie geniusly blends all together are elements of a drama, elements of political commentary. On top of all that, you get a monster film, a horror film, a sci-fi film, and in some regards, an infection movie. 6 particular elements that are blended together in this genre blender, and somehow what we get is a drama movie known as The Host. There is one particular reason why this genre blender works, and that is because of the solid emotional core that this movie establishes right from the get-go. And that emotional core is this great family dynamic, in particular dynamic between this food vendor, this father, and his daughter, and the love that he has for his daughter. This is a character, like I mentioned earlier, he is a lazy bum, absolutely, but at the same time, he is a father that wants to provide for his daughter and for his family, even if his brother and his sister only think that he's, the joke of the family. There are so many great sequences that involve this family dynamic that makes this movie just that much more thrilling to watch as a result of it. There is such a great in this movie where the father of this family says, hey, you know what? I know you see your brother as a joke, but just know that he's still your brother, His daughter is missing. Just help him and be nice to him. The monster effects and the monster design, and on top of all that, the sound of this monster are not only, to say the least, are really, really cool, especially in terms of how it's designed, but the sound of this monster are genuinely scary, man. When you hear this monster roar for the first time, it will make you literally want to do this. You just better get out of the way and hope to God this thing does not cobble you up and just throw you down into that pit in the middle of the sewer. This movie not only succeeds in bringing such great tension, but it also does succeed in bringing great, and I mean some great scares. One of my favorite sequences of this movie is a scene where the daughter of the vendor sees her escape route, and the tension of this scene is so palpable and it's so white-knuckled that once this escape tried to happen, I just went, I thought this scene was going somewhere, and then this scene revealed something, and guys, I immediately thought this. How dare you, Bong Joon-ho, play with my heart like that? Damn it! Another particular thing this movie does very well is that it is a film that is, even to this day, very topical, especially knowing of, well, a certain thing that happened a couple of years ago. The Host is a movie that not only remains relevant, but it is a film that does have some great commentary, but not in a way where it's hammering you with the subtlety of a hammer to the skull. The Host is a movie that not only delivers some great and smart commentary, but it also does deliver some entertaining, not only monster action, but some great thrills and some great scares with a great emotional core at its center. Another thing in particular I loved about this movie was the music, especially when you first see the monster coming out and the drum beats. As the third act of The Host was going on, I was on the edge of my seat, I was locked in, and once a certain thing happened, I was literally, guys, no joke, I was literally clapping at the resolution of a particular scene. And then when it comes down to the ending of this movie was just simply put, a great ending. I love the ending, and I love this movie.
Happy parents, you old fuck!
I got nothing. So overall, and simply put, The Host is fucking awesome. The Host is not only a great drama film, it's a great sci-fi film, a great monster film, a great horror movie, and above all else, The Host is just a great film, period. All in all, I'm gonna give The Host a 5 out of 5. If you're looking for a kick-ass, a badass monster film to watch this Halloween, put on The Host and get ready for a ride. I hope you all enjoyed my review of The Host. If so, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 videos, please click it right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.